So we are starting now, and good evening, guys. Still crackers, Diwali, everything going on. Good evening, Balaji. Now see, we'll continue the same topic, linear algebra. We are going to continue, and engineering mathematics day 3. Already 2 lectures I have uploaded on YouTube. So whoever is missing, go 1 and 2, and then come for the 3. Let's start. Now today's topic is conjugate of matrix. What does it mean? If any matrix is given, for example, if any matrix is given, that matrix contains complex number. For example, just suppose 1 plus I, and suppose 2 minus I, where I is nothing but iota. You remember we used to have I is equal to under root minus 1. This I is the symbol for under root minus 1. This represents imaginary number. The I represents imaginary number. Okay. And suppose I can put here 5 plus 2i, anything. And suppose I am putting here 1, I am putting here just simply I am putting I, and I am putting here 3 minus 2i, anything. And now you can see this particular matrix is containing some elements. They are actually complex numbers, right? In this you have a real part also and imaginary part also, but here you have only imaginary part and this is only real part. Okay. So this right now this matrix what you are seeing here, row into column you have to write. So we have 2 rows and we have 3 columns. So 2 into 3 matrix is this. Now for this given matrix I will find out conjugate matrix. It means what? Conjugate of matrix, if you are finding out, it means element inside the matrix are complex numbers. Then only we can find out. So we'll be giving a new symbol A bar. So that A bar will look like this. Change this I with minus I, that's all. You'll be getting your conjugate of matrix. So wherever you have I, replace that with minus I. So if you replace this here, it will be 1 minus I, and this will be 2 plus I, and this will be 5 minus 2I, and this one is the only real part here, correct? So there is no change in 1 because I don't have I here, and this I will be minus I, and this 3 minus 2I will be 3 plus 2I. Now matrix close. So again this is still 2 cross 3 matrix. It means what? When you are finding out conjugate of any matrix, then one thing is sure that that matrix is containing complex numbers. And when you find out conjugate, you only replace I with minus I. We don't change the order of the matrix. Okay, I hope it's clear. I am changing the page. Now suppose if we are going to look into the properties of conjugate matrix, because based on the property also they can ask some questions. So suppose let's take down properties, heading properties. In that we'll see the first property. Suppose you have any conjugate matrix, any matrix. For this matrix, if you are finding out its conjugate matrix, then you will see you will draw like this, A bar. Okay, this bar is representing that this total matrix is conjugate of this given matrix. Okay, now if you will again find out bar of this matrix, then here it was I, then this I you converted into minus I, and then again if A bar if you will find out, then again you will put minus I, which is nothing but plus I. It means what? You did not change this I finally. It means what? You are going to get the same matrix. So this is your first property. Now next property, if you have added 2 matrix A and B, okay, and after the addition of both the matrix, whatever answer is coming, you are finding out bar of that answer. So that will be nothing but first you find out separate conjugate, and then you add both, that will be equal. Okay, now suppose you have third property. In third property, suppose you have any matrix A, and in that matrix A we are considering that it is containing complex numbers, right? So I am multiplying with any number k here. This k is also a complex number. After multiplication, I will be getting a final matrix. See, till now only multiplication got over. Now you find out bar of this. Bar means conjugate of this. Okay. Then this conjugate you can also multiply. So you can also break as conjugate of this number into conjugate of the matrix. Okay. So we can split here. What is k here? You can say that k was any constant but complex number. What is k? K is any complex number. What is complex number? Complex number used to be in A plus IB form. Okay, when I will teach you complex, that time I will go into detail. Right now for the matrix purpose no need to know more. Now one more thing, If you have two matrices, suppose you have matrix A and matrix B, and you have multiplied both, and after the multiplication, see, first what we are doing, what are we doing? We are multiplying the matrix. After the multiplication, we are getting an answer, a new matrix. Then I am taking bar of that matrix. Then I can again open like A bar into B bar. It means what this guy is saying? This guy is saying that you find out multiplication of two matrix and then find out conjugate of that matrix. Okay, or first you find out conjugate of the matrix and then you multiply, and you also check the order. Order is still same. Order is still same. AB. Okay, so here you may have confusion, because in last class when I was teaching you transpose, like if you have AB and you have transpose of AB, then if you open this, then you will open like B transpose and A transpose, right? Here order is being changed, but here order is not being changed. Okay, so these kind of small tricks will come in 1 mark, and definitely you have to get that 1 mark. In linear algebra chapter, we cannot compromise our question, okay, if they are coming in the GATE exam. Now I'm changing the page. Now you go for fifth property. Fifth property says your A bar will be exactly equal to A if your matrix is real. If A is real matrix. But your A bar will come as minus A if your A is purely imaginary. Purely imaginary. What is the meaning of purely imaginary? What is the meaning of real? See, I am writing here real, I am not writing here complex. I am writing here imaginary, I am not writing here complex. What does it mean? Meaning is, in any complex number, you have two types of number. For example, 2 plus 3i. Why this is known as complex number? Because it is the combination of real number and imaginary number. So I am considering my A is a real matrix. Then if you will find out A bar, it will be exactly same. Because numbers will not change. What makes change? The I converts into minus I. But in case of real, you have only real value, you don't have I. That's why when you are finding out the bar, you are getting the same matrix. But if you have purely imaginary matrix, in that case, you have only I term. You don't have the real term. Only I term is there. That's why you will replace I with minus I. So this will be minus A. Okay. Now, what will happen if we do transpose of this matrix? So whenever we do transpose of conjugate matrix, like I'll change the page, take down heading as transpose of conjugate matrix. So when this is the heading, when you go for transpose of conjugate matrix, let's take an example. Suppose I'm taking an example A, and that example I'm taking as suppose 2i, suppose 2 plus I, and then 3 minus I, and here I'm taking 4 1 minus I. Now in this, I want to do transpose. Again, we are not dealing with a normal matrix. We are dealing with a matrix which is containing complex numbers. So when matrix contains complex numbers, then when we find out transpose of the matrix, then we change the symbol. So transpose of conjugate matrix we are finding out. So it means what? First you will be having a matrix, then you will make the conjugate of the matrix, and then you will make the transpose of the matrix. So transpose conjugate means transpose conjugate of any matrix. We denote by A power theta. These both are theta. Means if anywhere we have written A power theta, it means what? A was any matrix. We have done conjugate of that, and after that we have done transpose of that. So these both together we say as theta. Okay, so transpose of conjugate matrix, it means matrix will be given, then first find conjugate of that matrix and then go for transpose. Then this is known as, the symbol is known as A power theta. Don't be confused. Okay, it means what? For the given matrix, if I have to find out A power theta, it means transpose of the matrix, then it is very easy, very easy. Just first you find out A bar. How will you find out A bar? A bar means 2 minus I. Change the I with minus I. Okay, and this is actually 3 minus I. So 3 plus I, and there is no I, so 4 will be 4 as it is. This will be 1 plus I. Okay, this much done. Now you have to go for transpose. How will you go for transpose? This row you write as a column. Means now I am going for A conjugate I got. Now going for transpose. So this total I will give symbol as a power theta. Okay. So this 2i I will write here, 2 minus I, and this 3 plus I will write here. Then this row I will convert into this column, means 4 and 1 plus I. I hope it's clear. Now suppose I am finding out, okay, this is the way how to calculate transpose of any conjugate matrix. Now I'll go for properties. Suppose, take down heading properties. Suppose I have any matrix A. Now for this matrix I am finding out transpose of the conjugate. Now again I am finding out transpose of conjugate. Then I'll be getting the same matrix. Okay, so mostly in linear algebra, when you go for a bar of bar, something like this, very similar, we get the same answer. You can just see the previous few results are there where we have discussed these kind of things. Now suppose you have A and B, two matrix. They are normal matrix, but they are containing conjugate terms. And now I am going to put theta for all. I mean, for the final answer, I am going to put theta. I hope you are getting what is the sense of this. A is any matrix given, B is any matrix given. First you add them, then whatever answer is coming, for that answer you find out theta. What is the meaning of theta? First do transpose, first do conjugate and then go for transpose. That is the meaning of theta. So actually you can open them separately also. Separately also you can open them. Same thing if you have any k is any complex number and you are multiplying with any matrix, then you will be getting a particular answer. Now that answer, if you go for transpose, that is nothing but for this number k you find out bar, and for the a you find out transpose. They both will be equal. Where what is k here? K is not any normal number because we are dealing with complex matrix. So this k is any complex number. Okay. Now you see, but in case of product, this value changes. If I'll have a into b, yes, right, absolutely right. This k is meaning of the k is, this k was actually a complex number. Then you have to you have to find out conjugate of that complex number. Actually the k will be something like 2 plus 3i. Then you have to find out k bar, that will be 2 minus 3i. This 2 minus 3i you have to put here. Okay. Now if you have a dot b, then if you go for theta here, then answer will change. Answer will change means b will come first with theta, then a will come like this, theta. Okay, but transpose part is different. Get my point? What we have done just before, that was transpose. Like if I'm going for a and then I'm going for b and I'm finding out conjugate, this part I can open in same order, a bar b bar. But if I have to go for transpose, then it is different. You see, order is being changed. So we have to focus here, otherwise we'll do mistake. Now we'll go for classification of real matrices. Like whatever matrices we have to deal, mostly we don't have to deal these kind of matrices. We have to deal real matrices. So I'm changing the page. So what are the types of matrices we have to see? So go for classification of real matrices. Now in that you have you go in this way. First type, you have symmetric matrices. Symmetric matrices. What is the meaning of symmetric matrices? What kind of matrices are symmetric? When you will be finding out transpose of the matrix, then you will be getting same answer. You can go for any example. I mean, suppose you have A, B, C and D. So if you will be, suppose this is your A value. Now for this, if you are finding out transpose, what is the meaning of transpose? Transpose means this row you are going to write as column and this row you are going to write as column. Okay. See here. It means what? Your B value must be equal to C value. Because see, keep in mind, this A value and D value, they are not changing the place. They are not changing the place. C and B, they are changing the place. Actually, if you check the 2 cross 2 matrix. So if B and C, they are equal, then you will say that your matrix is actually symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix. Now there is something called skew symmetric matrix. What is skew symmetric matrix? Skew symmetric matrix. So what was the sense here for symmetric matrix? If you find out transpose of the matrix, you will be getting A, and symmetry matrix, just minus sign will come. If you are finding out transpose of any matrix, you will be getting negative of that matrix. Okay, what is the meaning of negative of that matrix? Suppose in this matrix here I have given minus sign. So this minus sign will come here. But if you don't want this minus sign here, no, actually this will be the wrong example. I should get some example. Okay, after this theory I will give the example where there we can go for example of symmetric matrix. In GATE Aerospace, one time they asked very simple question based on symmetry matrix. Guys, I hope you guys after finishing this linear algebra chapter, you go to previous year question paper. The entire solution is there, right? Complete every single question. Roughly 150 questions are there. So if time permits, every day 1 hour you should solve, or as per your schedule, whatever schedule you are following, but you should solve complete previous year question. They are sufficient actually. They are sufficient. No need to go for some heavy questions or something. Yes, it is there. It is there in the PDF drive. It is there. Yeah. In mathematics folder you go and you solve everyone. Okay. So now we'll go for example. How like symmetrical matrix we'll discuss, and what are the properties we have with symmetrical matrix. Suppose for this I'm going to give some properties. Suppose you have any matrix A, and this matrix is symmetrical matrix. This is any matrix, and you are finding out transpose of this matrix, and after finding out transpose of this matrix you are multiplying in this order. See, you have any matrix A and you are finding out transpose of that matrix, and then you are multiplying. Then whatever answer will come, that will be a new matrix. Suppose that is a matrix B. So this new matrix will always be symmetric matrix. This B will be symmetric matrix. It means what? If you go for transpose of B, you will be getting B again. That is the meaning of symmetric matrix. Okay. Now one more property. Suppose you have A, any matrix. You are finding out transpose of that matrix, and then you are doing by 2. This is also always a symmetric matrix. Suppose after doing this much you are getting any answer B. So if you are going to find out transpose of B, you will be getting same answer B. And not only this, in this case actually in this case we have a condition, your A and B must be symmetric. Then only we will be getting. Now see, suppose you have any matrix B. Yes, right. These are the properties if we are considering two matrices, and in what sense we are adding or we are multiplying, then what is our final product. Based on this we are discussing. Now you see, suppose you have A plus B and you have A minus B. What about A plus B and A minus B? So they will also be symmetry matrix. But if you simply multiply them, suppose you are finding out AB or you are finding out BA. So these answers, they don't have any restriction. They may be symmetry matrix, they may not be symmetry matrix. So these are small properties we have to remember. What was the idea for skew symmetry matrix? You see in the previous page, I have taken here skew symmetry matrix. In that case, we should have minus sign here. Means after finding out transpose, this transpose is not being equal to matrix A, but after taking minus sign common, it is being equal to minus A. Then you say, okay, the given matrix is skew symmetry matrix. So just one example. Suppose you have any matrix A, and this matrix looks like suppose 0 here, and 2 here and 3 here, and then suppose minus 2 here and 0 here, and suppose some 4 here, and then suppose minus 3 here, and then suppose minus 4 here, and then 0 here. Now with this matrix, I think we can perform the concept of, now you go for transpose. If I'm going for transpose, then this guy I will write as 0, minus 2 and minus 3, and then this guy I will write as 2, 0, minus 4, and this last one 3, 4, 0. Now you can see whatever matrix has come, this matrix is neither A nor minus A, correct? Right now whatever answer we have got, that is neither A nor minus A, but we can make it equal to minus A. How? Just by taking minus sign common. Means what? You just imagine that this 2 is like 2 into minus 1, this 3 is like 3 into minus 1. You imagine like this, 4 into minus 1. So, and this also you imagine into minus 1, and here also you suppose, if I will take minus sign common, minus 1 common from all the 9 elements, just to get my logic, if I will take from all the elements, if I will take minus 1 common, then I will be landing up to this matrix. So suppose I took minus common, minus 1 you say or minus you say, then what is remaining inside? The remaining inside will be this bigger matrix, right? So it is nothing but A. So that's what I am saying, A. So there are some examples, they may behave like skew symmetry matrix. And once you are clear that you have skew symmetry matrix, how will you check? You will just find out this guy, and this guy must match with this answer. How will you know you are getting this answer or not? After finding out transpose, you have to check that is it coming as A. So if it is coming as A, then directly answer is symmetry matrix. But if it is not coming as A, then try to take minus sign common. After that, if the bracket is coming as A, so it is minus A finally. Then you will say, okay, the given matrix was skew symmetric matrix. And then in skew symmetry matrix, we have very common property, and that property I will explain. Very popular property. If A is any skew symmetry matrix, because when we are finding out A transpose, I am getting as minus A, we have done that, we have checked out. Then property says, if you will subtract this answer like this and then do by 2, then it will always come skew symmetry matrix. It is always skew symmetry matrix. Skew symmetric matrix. Now there is something called orthogonal matrix. What is the meaning of orthogonal matrix? See, very simple. Heading is orthogonal matrix. These properties of matrix we have to keep in mind, guys, because these are the basics of linear algebra. So actually what happens, suppose you have any matrix A, and this matrix A is any kind of square matrix. Now this square matrix we will call as orthogonal matrix if we are finding out transpose of this and we are finding out inverse of this, and we are getting that both answers are same. See, we are finding out transpose of this and we are finding out inverse of this, and then we are seeing, okay, the final answers are matching. Okay, so this is the property of orthogonal matrix. And one more thing we can do in this condition, if from the left side, if I will multiply with matrix A, the same matrix like A transpose is equal to A inverse, then you know A inverse, whenever you do any kind of matrix, it will give you identity as the answer. Okay, so you got one more logic here. And one more thing, if you are using this matrix property, so I will take these two, and if I will find out determinant of this total, it means what? If I will find out third property, if I'll find out determinant of A transpose, so it is nothing but determinant of I. Okay, and you know determinant we can open in same way. I can say determinant of A into determinant of A transpose, and that is nothing but this determinant of any identity matrix is 1. So you can see here already we have considered orthogonal matrix, we are getting, when you do transpose of this, you'll be getting same answer. After finding out transpose, when you will be finding out the determinant of the matrix, you'll be getting same answer. So here also you are getting same answer, and here also you are getting same answer. So it is nothing but, you can write here, I'm just writing on the top, you can write here a square is equal to 1. Okay, so it means if you are going to find out determinant of this, so this square you will send this side, so square root of minus 1. Square root of minus 1 is nothing but plus minus 1. It means what? Determinant of an orthogonal matrix, when you are going to find out, its modulus will always be 1. Always be 1. So just take down the sentence. Sentence you take down. Determinant of an orthogonal matrix always has modulus of 1. So real matrix we have classified. Now we have to classify complex matrix. Changing the page. Classification of complex matrix. Now, in complex matrix, element sitting in the matrix must be complex number. So in that case, we have three possible types of matrix we used to discuss. So in the first, we discuss Hermitian matrix. Hermitian matrix. What is the condition for Hermitian matrix? When you are finding out a power theta is equal to a, try to recall what is a power theta. First you find out bar, and then you find out transpose. This total thing we call as a power theta. So when you are finding out a power theta, and if it is coming is equal to a, then your matrix will get a special name, that is Hermitian matrix. And the same matrix is known as skew Hermitian if you are finding out a power theta but your answer is coming as minus a. And like in real matrix we had orthogonal, so the same concept will apply here, but the name we don't say orthogonal, we say unitary. The third one is unitary, T-A-R-Y, unitary matrix. What is the condition? A power theta will be equal to A inverse, or you can say A theta is equal to I, right? Just now we have done similar for the real matrix. Okay, no need to take down examples of this, but because you can easily find out, we can do one thing and we can check the given matrix is what. Suppose I'm giving an example. Take down example. Question is, suppose I'm giving matrix A. Matrix A is 1 plus I by 2 minus 1 plus I by 2. This is minus 1 here. Minus 1 plus I by 2. And I'm giving I 1 plus I by 2. And I'm giving 1 minus I by 2. Now I want to know that, suppose I'm giving one option. The given matrix is Hermitian. The given matrix is skew Hermitian, or the given matrix is unitary, or the given matrix is none. So whenever these kind of questions are coming, mostly it will be unitary matrix. So first you check whether it is unitary or not. So how do we find out unitary matrix? So if you want to find out unitary matrix, then you have condition. Condition is you find out a power theta that must be equal to A inverse. So in that case, means you should know how to find out a power theta and how to find out A inverse. But from the day 1 lecture till now, I have not taught you how to find out A inverse. So we have another option how to check. What is the option? See, if I will teach you A inverse, then only I can say that follow that procedure. Right now I have not taught you. I will teach you in future classes. So another way is A power theta should give you 1. So you can apply this concept. I mean 1 means identity matrix. So you can apply this concept. So first of all, what is your A value? The given value is your A value. What is your A power theta? First you have to find out A power theta. How will you find out a power theta? A power theta is nothing but, first you find out bar. Bar is nothing but conjugate, and then do transpose. Okay. So conjugate means this sign you will change, and this sign you will change, and this sign and this sign, all the signs you will change. One thing, here you have minus sign and here you have minus sign, keep in mind. Okay. So after that, once you got a power theta value, then from the left side you multiply a, it means the bigger matrix. And if you will do that, then you will be getting 1 0 0 1. If you do that, then you can say okay, it means the given example is unitary matrix. Okay, so the basics of matrix still remaining, but before that we should cover some determinants, because some concept of determinant is coming on the way. So now I will take some determinant concept and then we'll go back to matrix, like what is minors, what is cofactors, because now topic is growing. Okay, I hope you have understood this logic. Yes, ask it out. You can check what is the concept. No, we can decide. That's what I'm saying. We can definitely decide. Any matrix, not only this. Basic concept. You apply for basic concept. You just do this. Means what to do? You think, you find out transpose. Is it coming minus A? But because it is what kind of matrix? It is complex matrix. So in case of complex element, how do we define? We go for skew Hermitian. So in case of a skew Hermitian, you find out a power theta, that must be equal to a minus theta. We can do that. Okay. Any matrix, if they're asking in GATE exam, check whether it is what kind of matrix. So if all the options are given, maybe what if this question is lying for MCQ, nahi MSQ? What if this question is lying in MSQ? In that case, question will be lengthy. It means we have to check a Hermitian concept also, skew Hermitian concept also, and unitary also. But see, same matrix will not follow Hermitian and skew Hermitian at a time, correct? So any one will follow, and after that it may follow this concept also. So when this kind of question will come in exam, quickly you should follow this. Okay, now we'll go for determinants, and after that I'm changing the page. Time is about to over. Everyone join again. I'm cancelling the meeting. Okay, now see guys, for determinant we use symbol this, and we call det. Okay, DET. No need to say determinant every time. You can simply say det. So symbol is this. Now suppose any determinant is given, and that is having, suppose, some elements. You can say any element like x11, y11, x21, y22, sorry, 1 2. These elements are there, suppose. So whatever these elements are, these elements, like we have to call them, they are known as element. In case of matrix also, they are known as elements of matrix, and here we say elements of determinants. And when you are finding out determinant of this, how will you find out determinant of this? Very basic concept. Multiply these two together. So x11, y22, and then put minus sign and multiply these two together. So x21 and y12. Now you see, when you are finding out the determinant, so here we have 2 cross 2 matrix. That's why we have easily found out the determinant, and we call this as this. Right now this determinant will call as determinant of order 2. Determinant of order 2. Okay. Now we'll go for if we have larger matrix, like if we have matrix with 9 elements, then in that topic we can understand what is called minor, what is called cofactor, and what is called adjoint. So I'm changing the page. Suppose consider any topic is, we are going to discuss minors, we are going to discuss cofactors, and we are going to discuss adjoint. These three topics we will discuss: minors, cofactors, and adjoint. And these three topics we discuss for a given determinant. Suppose it is given as A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So these 9 elements are given. So we can find out minor of every element. See the word minor of every element. So I'm considering minor of, suppose I'm considering any element, suppose I'm considering element 1 A13. So I will write minor of A13. Okay. So if you are finding out minor of A13, in that case you leave this column in which A13 is falling, and you leave this row in which A13 is falling. Then you are remaining with these 4 people. So these 4 people you put into determinant as A21, A22, A31, A32. Now whatever you have got here, this guy, this total thing is known as minor of element A13, and this will be having a particular answer. So because it is known as minor, so you can represent that answer as M, and because this answer M you have got for 13, so you put M13. Right, when you will be finding out this matrix, this determinant, it will be some answer, right? So that answer is nothing but minor, so that M I am saying as the answer. Okay, in same way, suppose, I hope you understand what I am saying, because this is very basic. Suppose here I want to write minor of, suppose I am taking A31, then how will you write minor of A31? So same logic I will apply. I will erase this. So minor of A31, how will I? So first thing, where A31 is sitting, it is sitting here. Okay, so in which row it is sitting? In this row. So leave those elements of that row, and in this column it is sitting, so leave that column as well. Now what is remaining? These 4 people are remaining. Okay, so you put one determinant sign and put A12, A13, A22, and A23. So now when you will find out determinant by multiplication like this, then some answer will come. That answer will represent, you represent with M, because you are finding out minor. So for which element you are finding out minor? For 31. So put here 31. Okay, so like this. And one more thing, keep in mind, when you are finding out determinant sign, you should not put one bracket here. Okay, some people just in show off, they put brackets here. No guys, this is not a bracket. Okay, determinant is vertical line. It is just vertical line. You should not put bracket. Now we have to understand what is called cofactor. So now you can find out cofactor when you will multiply the minor with -1 power I plus j. Now what is I plus j? I have explained. Yes, Vedant, it will give a constant answer. Constant answer means it depends what kind of matrix we have. If our matrix is containing variable terms, then answer will come variable. Like for example, in aircraft structure, in 2 degree of freedom, we have, if you remember, a matrix. In that matrix, in the determinant, we have omega square, right? Square of the frequency, lambda is there in the aircraft structure, right? So there, when you solve the matrix, when you will find out determinant of the matrix, omega square term will be alive. Not only omega square term, omega power 4 term will come. But this is not constant, it is variable. So my point is, it depends what kind of element we are filling in the matrix. Okay, now I'll go ahead. Okay, so now I'm going to give the concept of cofactor. Cofactors. Okay. So just write one sentence first. Minor Mij multiplied by -1 power I plus j is called the cofactor of Aij. Now if you are finding out cofactor of any element, that is just, see, there is difference between minor and cofactor. Minor is just the matrix part what you are getting, that is your minor. But in that, if you introduce the minus sign also properly with this concept, for example, just take one example, 1 2 1 minus 1 0 2 0 1 3. Now suppose let's find out for this guy. So this element is nothing but, this 1 is nothing but element sitting at first column and first row and first column, 1 1, right? So you put 1 1. Now for this, if you are finding out minor, then that symbol I will use as, I mean for this element I am going to find out minor, so minor symbol I will use this thing. Now how will you find out the minor? So for that you have to leave this thing, whatever people are remaining here, so they are nothing but 0 2 1 3, and 3 you multiply here, so answer will be 0, and 1 you multiply here, then answer will be minus 2, so you are getting minus 2. But this answer is just minor, it is not cofactor. So now for the same element, the way you have got minor, you have to find out cofactor also for the same element 1. Okay, so now let's calculate cofactor. So for cofactor we have concept that whatever minor you have got, in that minor you multiply this number, means in this minus 2 you multiply minus 1 power I plus j. I value and j value for this 1 is nothing but 1 and 1. It means what? 1 plus 1, correct? It means minus 2 minus 1 power 2. So now this became positive, so it became minus 2. So this is how we calculate cofactor. And whenever you are finding out cofactor of any element, then that answer you will represent by capital number. Capital number means, right, for this element A11, if you are representing minor, then you are using capital M, then here you will use capital A11. So capital A will represent minor of the element. I hope you understood. See, this minus 2 is your minor answer. This minus 2 is your cofactor answer. Fortunately, they both are coming same, no problem. Okay, now you see, we got to know how to find out cofactor of any given element. Now we define for any matrix, I will change the page. Suppose you have, okay, take down a sentence, then I'll explain better. We define for any matrix the sum of the products of the elements of any row or column, any row or column with corresponding cofactors is equal to determinant of the matrix. We'll just take one example. Suppose I am taking example A is equal to, any matrix is given 1 2 0 minus 1 6 1 2 0 2. Now for this given matrix, I want to calculate determinant of the matrix. So we know the procedure, and that procedure is only I have explained here. We are going to find out determinant of any matrix. How do we calculate? So the idea is, we define for any matrix the sum of the products of whom? Sum of whom? Sum of products. But products of whom? Products of the element of any row with corresponding cofactor. It means what? I can choose this row. In this row, I have 3 elements: A11, A12, A13. Okay. Now these elements I will multiply with their cofactors. Cofactor is nothing but A12, A11, A12, A13. So I got product here, product here, product here. Now that product I will go for sum. Okay, so sum of what? Sum of products. Okay, so I am getting here sum of products. Products of what? Products of elements with corresponding cofactors. So A11 with corresponding A11, A12 with corresponding A12, right? Clear. And this is the basic way to teach, but popular way is not this one. So popular way is very simple. How do we teach? And everyone knows this part, what I'm going to explain now. Suppose if I'm looking for determinant of this matrix, like determinant of this, how do we calculate? We simply, you can take any row, any column. You only remember one trick. If you're taking this one, so take plus sign. So either you go for column or you go for row, always take plus sign. If you're taking the middle one, then take minus sign. And then again next one plus sign, then again minus, again plus, again minus, again plus, like that. Okay, so currently I have 3 cross 3 matrix. So I can take any element and I can expand that element to find out determinant. Like for the given matrix, just go for a small practice. You guys try, what is your answer coming? 120 minus 161 202. What is your answer coming? Tell me. Options are I am giving options here. (16 minus 16, 20 minus 20). Which option is correct? Okay, and if some students they have forgot how to find out determinant, then I will teach you how to find out determinant. 20 is correct answer, plus 20 is correct answer. See, you can do in this way. Just follow this row. Actually, if you are finding out determinant, then you should follow that row or that column in which you have maximum number of zeros. Okay, so here I have 1 0 in this row, so I am choosing this. Or I can also choose this column, but no problem, I am choosing this. And always keep in mind, plus sign, minus sign, plus sign. Go for this. Now choose 1, then put bracket. In the bracket, so bracket means these 2 people, these 4 people. So 6 into 2 is 12 minus 0 into 1 is 0. Then go for 2, but with minus sign. Okay, so minus 2, bracket. So leave this, multiply this 2 with this minus 1. So this should be minus 2. Then multiply this 2 with 1. So minus 2. Again, the last 0 is remaining. So that 0. Bracket. Leave this. Multiply minus 1 into 0. Minus 1 into 0. It will be 0. And then 2 into 6. Minus 2 into 6. Anyway, because already 0 is there, so no need to bother about this term. That's why I have told you, whenever you have to find out determinant, you choose that row in which you have maximum number of terms, so that maximum number of zeros, so that terms will be 0 automatically. So if you calculate this, it will be 12 and minus this is here 4 2s are 8, so plus 8, it will be 20. Now we have to learn what is called adjoint, and adjoint is very, very important. How to find out adjoint? I'll change the page. Now go for adjoint. Okay. What we have to do, just first to copy down this. Now I hope you are sure what is called minor, what is called cofactor. Minor is different, cofactor is different. Okay, now what we have to do, first we have to replace all the elements A11, A12, A13, whatever elements are there. Those elements we have to replace with their cofactors. What is cofactor? A11, right? A12, A13, they are the cofactors. Try to recall, how do we calculate cofactors? To find out cofactors, first you have to find out minor. In that minor, you multiply minus 1 power I plus j. That will be your cofactor. So replace the elements with cofactors. And then you have to do one more job. That job is, you have to find out transpose of the matrix. It means what? First you find out first you replace all the elements with its cofactor, and then you find out the transpose of the matrix. Then the final answer will be your adjoint of the matrix. I will explain how. So first take down the statement. I will erase this part. Take down statement. When all the elements of a matrix A are replaced by its cofactor, then transpose of this new matrix is known as adjoint matrix. And we have symbol for this. We simply write ADJA. Okay, this A is the matrix, this is adjoint, so this total is the process. After getting the answer, we will give the symbol adjoint A. Okay, so we can solve one small question, how to find out adjoint A. So the small question, I'm changing the page. Suppose I have 1 0 1 minus 1 1 0 2 and 2 2 1. Now I want to find out adjoint A. Then how will I find out adjoint A? So simple. Here you replace this guy with its minor. Minor means what is this guy? A11, correct? So minor for A11 is how much? M11. Okay, so how do you calculate M11? M11, see, actually I am using equal sign here, but it is not correct. I mean to say that this M11 is the minor for A11. That's why in that sense I kept minus here, but numerically they are not same, of course, so don't use this minus sign. I hope you are getting. So for this A11 you have to find out M11. How will you calculate M11? M11 is nothing but you leave this guy, you leave this guy. Okay, so in bracket you will be these 4 people are remaining. So 1 into 0 here multiplication, then minus 2 into 2 4. So your M11 is coming how much? It is coming as minus 3. Sorry, minus 4. Now you got M11, then immediately you find out A11. How will you calculate A11? In this minus 4, you put minus 1 power. Okay, you check the order. Order is 1 1. You check the order 1 1 1 1 1 1. So your row is 1, column is 1. The location is 1 plus 1. So you put here 1 plus 1. Okay, so minus 4 minus 1 is square. So it is actually minus 4 is the final answer. So your A11 is your minus 4. So here now you replace minus 4. Got it? Okay. Then, just a minute. I am erasing this. Okay, then you do one thing. Go for A22. I mean, go for this capital A22. How will you calculate capital A22? It means you have to replace value here. It means the final answer will come here. So what will you do? Leave this, leave this. So what are the people remaining? They are remaining like 1 2 2 1. Okay, so 1 2 2 1. Then what will you do? Multiply this 1 1 here, you'll be getting 1. Multiply 2 2 here, you'll be getting minus 4. Okay, then you'll be getting minus 3. Now this minus 3 is not the value of A22. This minus 3 is the value of M22. Now in this M22, it means in this minus 3 you multiply minus, oh yeah, one mistake I am doing. It is not 2 2. A big mistake I am doing. It is 1 2 actually. Thank you, Prachi. It is 1 2. Thank you. Now in this, otherwise my answer will get wrong. Minus 1 power 1 plus 2. It means 3. So it will be plus 3. So here what will come? Plus 3 answer will come. Okay. Okay. So the best part is, if you want to be faster, then keep in mind this guy plus, this guy minus, this guy plus. Then again this guy minus, this guy plus. Okay, then again this guy plus, this guy minus, then again this guy minus, this guy plus. It means what? Just alternate. Start with plus, then go for minus, then plus, then this side also minus and then plus, then this side also plus and then minus, like alternate. That's all. So now see, we can do this minus 1 very fast, but I have to erase some. Okay, I'm erasing fast. Tell me guys how much you are getting for minus 1. Let's go for minus 1. I mean, I want to know the value of A13. How much you are getting? Cofactor value I want to know for A13. A13 means for this. So, I will leave this here. I'll be remaining with this part. So 2. Okay, very good. 2 I'm getting. So I should use plus sign or minus sign? Plus sign, guys, because here location plus. So I'll replace here 2. Now in same way, I'll be finding out all the elements. Okay. Now after finding out all the elements, you have to find out transpose of this guy. Okay, keep in mind this is not the adjoint A. Adjoint A has two process. First you have to load your matrix with cofactors. After that you have to find out transpose. Then only the new answer will be your adjoint A answer. Okay. Now if any student is doing very fast, then give me the complete answer for adjoint A, guys. Give me complete answer for adjoint A. Then I will also check how accurate you are in the pressure. Okay, let's see how many of you are getting correct answer in the pressure. Do it fast, everyone. Vedant, are you giving the final answer? Okay, so this is the final Vedant, what is this? What is 2-1? Oh, this is minus 3. But some people are, I think, correcting. Guys, what is A21? Some people write here. Some people write here A21. Some people write here A21. I think some people are correcting. Minus 3. Okay. Okay, Vedant is saying minus 3. Other people say, what is A21? Okay, so people are supporting minus 3 is correct. And some people are saying A21 is 1. Okay, so adjoint A value given by one student, I have not cross-checked yet. It is the final answer for adjoint A. I have not checked yet, but it's okay. If it is matching, then very good. If it is not matching, then no problem. It is simple. Process is very simple, but it is lengthy process. Okay. Now we know about this, how to find out adjoint A. Then here itself we will learn how to find out A inverse of any given matrix. Yes, okay. I'm changing the page. Okay, I'm changing the page. For the same matrix, if you have to find out A inverse, then how will you find out A inverse? You have very easy formula. First of all, in A inverse also you have two process. You have to find out adjoint A, which itself is a big problem because you have to find out the matrix loaded with cofactors, and then you have to go for transpose. Then only adjoint A answer will come. Then this answer you have to divide by the determinant of the matrix. So you have to find out A inverse. But we have one small trick. If your matrix is of 2 cross 2 matrix, if the matrix is of 2 cross 2 matrix, then we have a small trick. But if the matrix is of 3 cross 3, then again we have trick, but trick I will teach you in next class. Like we don't have to bother about the trick. So I will explain. I will give you one question. and I will do here itself. Suppose I have a matrix given. This matrix is A, looks like 0 1 0 1 2 2 minus 1 0 1. Suppose this is the matrix and I am looking for A inverse. So if you want to find out A inverse, then you have two jobs. First job is, formula says adjoint A is your answer. I mean adjoint A you have to divide with minus. Sorry, I'm just blabbering. I'm sorry. Adjoint A you have to divide by determinant of the matrix. Okay. So now let's go for adjoint A work. So in case of adjoint A, we have to do some heavy work. What is our heavy work? We have to replace all these elements with their cofactors. Okay. So let's replace with the cofactors. So you guys will help me, and so replace with the cofactors. So for 0, no problem, answer will come 0. And oh sorry, I have to find out cofactors. So for 0, leave this. So multiply this, you'll be getting how much? 2 here minus 0 here. So answer is 2. Okay, this is the cofactor. Now power, you have to multiply with minus sign. So remember, add this location, add this location, add this location, add this location, and at this location. With these 5 locations you have positive sign, so don't bother about sign. But for the remaining 4 places you have to add negative sign extra, like here, 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 here. You should add extra sign, extra negative sign. So let's do that. So go for this guy. So if you're going for this guy, then you have to leave this and you have to leave this. So you are remaining with this one and this one. Multiply 1 and 1. So you will be getting 1 and 1 as 1 after multiplication, and then multiply these 2. So minus 2. So the total answer is coming as minus 2. Then because of the cofactor concept, you have to change the sign and put here minus sign extra. So it will be plus 2. So here you will be getting plus 2. So like process is little lengthy. Now we'll go ahead. For this 0, I'll be finding out. If anyone is doing faster, just replace this. I mean, just write your answer on the screen if you guys are faster than me, because I'm explaining, that's why I'm being somewhat slow. Okay, so for 0, what is the answer? Gautam, tell me, for 0 what is the answer? 2. Okay, yes, because this part is 0, this is 2, correct. So okay, Himanshi is saying these answers are correct. So guys, I will repeat what are the answers. 2 here, plus 2 here, and plus 2 here. So 2 to 2 is the answer. Then minus 1 here, and then 0 here, then minus 1 here, then 2 here, then 0 here, then minus 1 here. Okay, now you have to find out determinant of A. So how to find determinant? Determinant is very easy. I will choose this row. So for this 0, answer is 0. For this 0, answer is 0 only for this one. So your determinant of A will be minus 1 bracket 1 0 minus minus 1 into 2. So minus 1. So this 1 and 2 will be minus 2 and minus, so plus 2. So final answer is minus 2. So guys, determinant is coming minus 2 or plus 2? Your determinant is coming minus 2 or plus 2? Anyone? My determinant is coming as minus 2. You guys tell me. Correct? Minus 2. Okay, then fine. So I am also getting minus 2. You are also getting minus 2. It means answer is correct. Now see what we have achieved. We have achieved a matrix loaded with cofactors. Now this matrix you have to transpose also. Don't forget to transpose. After transpose, then only you'll be finding out adjoint A. Okay. So your job is to transpose the matrix. So I am considering these numbers given by the student is correct. Then Okay, minus 3. A22, you mean this guy 0. A12, okay. So no problem na, if A12 is coming minus 3, let it be minus 3. I may have taken wrong one. Yes, of course I have taken wrong one. Yes, because I have chosen this one, so I should write minus 1 here, correct, and after that I should leave this and I should leave this. I should copy here 1, 2, minus 1 and 1. So I should multiply 1 and 1 here, so answer will be 1 and then answer will be minus 2, correct. So this minus 3 will be correct. Okay, so now you have to reciprocate this one, sorry, not reciprocate, transpose that answer, and after that you divide by the det A answer. Whatever adjoint A you are getting, in that adjoint A you have to divide with this minus 3. That's all. The new answer what you are getting, that will be your A inverse. Now one more thing keep in mind. If you are finding out your determinant A as 0, then you can never go for A inverse. We don't find A inverse then. Keep in mind always. Now we have procedure how do we calculate determinant of order n, but no need to go for that. We will simply say now, see now properties of determinant. Some properties will not match with properties of matrix. I will tell you one basic property. First you take down heading as properties of determinants. Now see, I'm not giving any notes here right now. Just understand one thing. In case of matrix, if you remember, suppose you have any matrix given. So suppose A, B, C and P, Q, R is given. And suppose I want to multiply any number here 2. So you know what is matrix property? This number 2, you have to multiply in all the elements. Okay. So 2 will come here, 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 here. But if the same thing is not matrix, if the same thing is determinant, in that case, if you have a single 2 and you want to multiply this single 2, then this single 2 you will either multiply in one row or this row or this column or this column or this column. That is the idea. You cannot multiply one same number in all the elements present. You have to choose any one row or any one column. Only in that person you will multiply the 2. Suppose you want to multiply 2 here also and you multiply 2 here also, so you must have 2 square. Then only 1 2 you will multiply here and 1 2 you will multiply here. Okay, it means what? It means suppose you have any matrix. Okay, now go for the properties one by one. So take down the first property. Suppose you have any matrix and that matrix is A. You got the transpose of the matrix and you are finding out determinant of that matrix. So it is nothing but the determinant of this matrix also. What is the logic behind this? Very simple logic. Suppose you have 1 2 1, you have 2 2 0, you have 1 minus 1 something. So I see how do we calculate determinant of any matrix? We choose any row or any column, right? So that does not matter. Any though if you will change the row into column, then no doubt you'll be getting same answer. That's why even after doing transpose, you are the same matrix. You are the same matrix. That's why you'll be getting same answers. Now suppose, now this is very good concept. If any row of the matrix is completely 0, like just write if any row or any column is completely 0, then your det of the matrix will come 0. And one more thing, in one more case your answer is 0. Can anyone guess the answer? What is the next point? Can anyone guess? In one more case my det will be 0. Give a try if you have memory from your childhood memory. Very good. Any two row or any two column, one row one column is same, then this property you will not apply. So take down any two rows, or this is separate, then or any two column. If any two row any column of matrix A are then also your det of A will be equal to 0. Then you have one more interesting property. You know what is the property? Suppose you have any matrix A, fourth property, and this matrix A is like, here you have row R1, here you have row R2, here you have row R3. If any row R1 or R2 you will replace with each other, like this guy you will replace here and this guy you will replace here, it means your new matrix will become like R2 is here and R1 is here and R3 is here. Then one minor change will come in your answer. So if you are finding out determinant of A for this matrix, then that will be minus of the determinant of this matrix. It means what? If you change one pair, if you replace one pair with each other, then one minus sign will come. If you will again replace one pair with each other, then again one minus sign will come. So it will be plus sign. So that is the idea. So you can take as a note. How will you take as a note? Take down in this sentence. If any two rows or two columns, also it is also valid for columns, or any or two columns of a determinant are interchanged, the value of the determinant of A is multiplied by -1. Simple. Okay, then we'll start our new subject. Enough for today.